So I'm here to tell you I am not a diversity trainer. The reason why I like to start with that is that I feel like a lot of harm has been done in a lot of diversity trainings. I am a social justice educator, and I will explain why that's a little different, but really I can sum it up in 3 quick points. Number 1, white, straight men. It is not your fault. Yeah. You're welcome. Welcome to the conversation. Good job. Now what that means is white, straight women, we have some responsibility we need to reclaim because we've been pointing our fingers at white, straight guys for decades for no apparent reason. This particular speech, if not us, then who, let us rise, is actually an extremely personal present. This summer, I realized that I have been sitting in a vat of my own excuses, and it's up to me to change that. Now, speaker people come up with to-do lists and things like this, and I usually think that those are kind of stupid. But I actually think this is as close to a to-do list or a recipe I can find for eradicating excuses. So, are you willing to join me in this journey? Yeah. Boom. Okay. Let's start where the conversation typically ended. Some of you might be familiar with this. Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech. Problem is that he had a dream, he did not have a plan. We are the kind of people that are looking for a to-do list. Like some FedEx package is gonna arrive with the answers of how to make your chapter better, or how to make your campus better, or how to end racism. And we've been waiting for that package for a long time. It's beautiful, it's powerful, but that's not actually making any change. Do you see that? It's heavy, I think about it, I feel about it, I cry about it, I could write songs, sing to my dogs maybe, nobody else would want to hear me sing, but how do I get out of this? So I have discovered a plan. Fix your focus. How many of you are business majors? Okay, I would say about 1/3 of the room. Okay, I apologize for anything I say because I was not a business major. But the problem is we got this going on, and we need to make a difference. All great theories are bell curves. When you invent something, you don't focus on 100% of people buying your new product, because that would be stupid, right? Like you can't guarantee 100% of people are gonna buy into your new idea. Whether we're talking about an invention or your idea for the next philanthropy event, you're not shooting for 100% of the people. Based on Rogers' curve, you're really focusing on 18%. These are the people who are on board. They're signing up. If we want to get invention-wise, this is like the people who stood in line for 6 hours for an iPhone, right? You know who you are. You have to have the newest thing immediately, right? The second group are the people who maybe get it the next month. When it comes to technology gizmos, I am a laggard. I drive a 1999 Ford Focus. It doesn't even have electric locks. I just bought a DVD player. A DVD player. That was fancy because I had a beta player before that. When you have an idea, what we end up doing is focusing on the people that we think are going to be the hardest to convince. So then nothing happens because they're not interested. Now, let's go to the Snuggie, the blankets with sleeves. Yes? What's interesting about the Snuggie is that I can say Snuggie, and most of y'all know what I'm talking about. The innovator of the Snuggie is trying really hard to get the Snuggie across this chasm, across the 18%. Because like Martin Luther King, their vision is that you would walk into a hotel like this one and every bed would have a Snuggie on it. That's their vision, but they don't necessarily have a to-do list on how to get there. Step 1 is to get 18% of the population to buy a Snuggie. I don't think they've done that, and I don't think they're going to. There is a house fire burning right now. We talk about it, we look at it, we've documented it, we have strategic planning committees about it, nonprofits have been started. There is a house fire going on in your chapter, your campus, your organization, your community, and in this world. And most of us well-intentioned people, we're mowing the lawn. We're redecorating. At least pick up a garden hose. It's probably not going to put out the fire, but at least it's the right task. Compassionate exhaustion. It means you care so much about what you believe in that you're exhausted explaining it. And the reason why you're exhausted explaining it is because you're explaining it to the wrong people. What's fascinating by being exhausted is that you feel really self-righteous and you feel entitled to people following you. But no change happens because you're barking up the wrong tree. If we focus on the people who are actually interested in changing, this is called radical amazement. Say that out loud. Radical amazement. How about in unison, just for fun? Radical amazement. Look, it's like one of those songs that people follow. That's awesome. There are parts of your individual person that are not going to change. There are parts of your family or your friends that are not interested. But then there's the parts that are. And if we focus on those, we water those seeds, we can stay in radical amazement. This is really confusing for a lot of people, including myself. But it's both and. This is kind of a mental stretch. What I mean by both and is, what is this? What do you see? I'm hearing popcorn. Right, this is Jason Polin. He actually inventoried an entire bag of popcorn. This piece is called a bag of popcorn. It is made up of individual kernels. What I mean by this is you need to understand this concept, that this is both individual popcorn kernels and a bag of popcorn. We show up as an individual, and we also show up on a group level. Do good. It's super simple. When you look yourself in the mirror, did you do good? Yes. It is always the right time to do the right thing. There is a house fire going on, and most of us well-intentioned people, we're mowing the lawn. At least pick up a garden hose. It's probably not going to put out the fire, but at least it's the right task. The story that I was taught around the bus boycott is that Rosa Parks was a maid. She'd worked all day. She was tired. She got on the bus to go home. Her feet hurt. Bus driver said, "You need to move the back of the bus," because this was during segregation. And she said no. The only part of that story that was true is, yes, Rosa Parks is black. That part's true. She did get on a bus. She was asked to move to the back, and she did say no. Everything else is complete fiction. The reason why I think it's fiction is that we need to believe that she is an exceptional example of somebody different than us. Rosa Parks attended the Highlander Institute for 15 years. The Highlander Institute is one of the nationally acclaimed activist schools. She is probably one of the most learned activists that has existed in US history since that school has opened. This was the 5th bus boycott because they practiced. They practiced figuring out how to do exactly the same thing and actually eventually get national attention. She is part of a larger connected group. Her relationships hold her to a higher standard because she actually is focused on change. A couple of summers ago, I went to Ireland for my honeymoon, and I ran into Jim Larkin's memorial. And on the memorial it says, "The great appear great because we are on our knees. Let us rise." This was a turning point for me because I realized I've idolized people. And the reason I've idolized them is that I was able to create a distance from them to me. The great appear great because I'm sitting on my ass waiting for them to do something. I might be embarrassed because of what other people do, but when I realized that, I embarrassed myself. It's time to get up. It's time to do something. Because if it's not us, who've made a lifelong commitment to live to a higher standard, then who is it going to be? They haven't come yet. So if it's not us, then who? Who's left? Personally, it's us. Let's rise. Thank you.